All right, we ready to roll?
Yep.
All right, here we go. It is Wednesday, right? Wednesday, October the 24th, 2018. And as always, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you may be located. We are here for our 97th, 97th, 97.
97.
Let's go! Still trucking on my Spanish training in here.
That Let's Go sounded like an old man. Let's go.
Shoot, I have felt like an old man the past couple of days. It's getting a little cooler here in Alabama, and Carla and I have played a lot of tennis, and we'll get into that. But I definitely have begun to feel the age kick in. I'll be 41 in November. I won't waste time with all that, but I will be 1, 2, 3, 4 y 1. 41
Yeah.
on Novembre, 20 de Noviembre.
Noviembre 20 de 1977.
All right, well, I didn't quite grasp that one, but nonetheless, it's getting cooler here in Alabama, and my knees do feel the cool weather.
Yeah, I think anytime it's cold anywhere, any bones, anything that usually hurts worse, I think.
Yeah. When it gets cooler, my knees talk to me, and my left one's like, I hate you, and then my right one's like, I hate you worse, and then they just go back and forth. So my mind is stuck in the middle of two battling knees at 41. But I'm still grinding though.
Yeah, you still
right. So think about those 97 shows. That's quite a lot if you think about this. Out of 97 shows, this being our 97th, I have to break them up into 30-minute segments because of my old phone. We've talked about this before, but if you did 97 shows and multiplied them at a minimum of 2 parts, some 3 and some 4 parts, we'd have a minimum of 200 30-minute nuggets, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you did the math on that, if you had 200 30-minute segments, that would be 6,000 minutes. That's a lot. I'm shocked that no one's told us to be quiet yet. You gotta listen to us talk for
Well,
6.
I've had someone tell me, I hate this lady. She's annoying.
So yeah,
I found that funny.
6,000 minutes listening to us, man. I applaud you guys. 6,000. Let's go. Come on, this is gonna be a great show today. Great show today. That's how it's gonna be. By the way, breaking news, hot off the press. Breaking news. This is gonna be the biggest news we've ever delivered, ever, in 6,000 minutes. And I'm gonna break it in just a minute. Don't forget that. Before I break the breaking news, which you have to watch, we've had quite a few people ask us a few questions about how to get in touch with us outside of YouTube. If they want a racket strong, or if they have a question about stringing, or if they have a question about a junior tennis player, whatever it may be. Usually we say this at the end, I'll say it at the beginning because I think people miss it. You can reach Carla on Facebook at Justin space Carla with a C, C-A-R-L-A space Davis on Facebook, or at 5K Tennis, 5K Tennis on Facebook, or at 5K Tennis on Instagram. She can see emails from you. We could, but I never morph into that whole deal.
Also, you said Twitter already?
She has a Twitter thing. I don't know what that is.
It's also 5K Tennis.
5K Tennis on Twitter. Didn't know that. Didn't even write it down, but good job. And then the email address is 5ktennis@mail.com. So 5ktennis@mail.com. There's also a PayPal link below. People have asked us, hey, if we want to contribute, granted we pay our cable bills, you guys do a good job. The link is below, and sometimes I think I forget to put the link there, but it is there. Anyway, we've had people ask us, hey, I want to see pictures of your family, see pictures of these high school tournaments, see how do I string this racket, or I have a question about stringing machines, and a lot of these videos are already there, and we did them long before we really had any idea of what we're doing, and we still don't know what we're doing more than what we do every day, right? So I don't think we know what we're doing, but we're getting there. We're just naive human beings trying to make it one way or the other in the life that we live, right? Let's go! Slow and steady plotting is all it takes. All right. So if you want to communicate off of here, that's the way, and Carla does a pretty good job of keeping up with that. So, all right. So everybody ready for this breaking news?
Yeah, what is the breaking news? Hopefully it's not some BS thing. Okay, this is a glass table.
Breaking news. Let's go. Here we go. You ready for this? John Isner is in favor of the new tiebreaker rule at Wimbledon. All right.
I've read so many comments on Twitter where people are like, they should have just named it the Isner tiebreaker.
Yeah, this is the new Isner
because
rule.
it's for him, and they're like, even at 12-12, it's still torture.
Yeah, so I did a video. I was stringing a racket here, and I have the kind of the cover over the machine here. But anyway, I was stringing a racket, actually her racket, just the other day, and I did a video about my thoughts on the tiebreaker now that is going to be in the deciding sets for men's, women's, juniors, etc. So I'm not going to go off on that tangent again because I'm definitely not in favor for it. I'm definitely not a fan of
but
it.
he didn't get it. You didn't quite get it because it's at 12-12, and the only person that's going to get to 12 is one person, or maybe two, and that's Isner or Anderson. That's it. Nobody else is going to get to 12-12.
You know, here's the thing, though.
Nobody's going to get to... You think a woman's going to get to 12-12? A junior's going to get to 12-12?
You're missing the whole point here. Okay, let's say we started at 12-12. Next it's going to be 3 sets, then it's going to be a 10-point tiebreaker.
I don't think so. I think they did it because they probably lost a lot of tennis fans watching that Anderson-Isner match. That was ridiculous, and it was boring, and it was the same thing over and over. They did everybody a favor by putting that rule.
All right. Because I can spend 25 minutes at will just going off on why I totally disagree with this whole thing. Just look at the video from 2 or 3 days ago. I think it's the last video we downloaded. Look there and then comment there, and I'll read your takes on the next show.
At 12-12, it's not a bad idea.
I get that, but it's not. It's just the sense that now we're having to draw back the hands of time simply because we got some people that want to whine. I'm not going to get into it. It's not that it's that huge of a thing, but I mean, gee whiz.
Look, Justin, if even baseball has shortened it. Had they've shortened their time, they've done things to make
How
the game.
How is baseball shorten their time?
They make it less boring. There's certain things there's certain rules that they've changed.
You lost me on that one.
Do your research on baseball. People stopped watching a lot of baseball because it was boring.
I have been a San Francisco Giants fan since I was born.
You really don't watch baseball.
Okay, wait a minute. You tell me what baseball has done to shorten their time.
There's a few things they've done.
Give me one example.
I can't remember. Jonathan even told me, but he's like, they've shortened it up just a little bit for viewers on TV. We'll do a research on that. If somebody watches baseball here, tell me how they've changed it.
What?
I'm serious.
I mean, the last time I checked, you could still go to the 23rd inning.
I'm not talking about innings.
Anyway, check out the video before about my take.
I think almost 90% of the people agree that the 12-12 is a good idea.
I understand it's a good idea, but they're only making this because of one player.
Well, he's boring to watch.
Okay, well, ban Isner. Don't ban the game. Don't change the whole game because of one Dillfinger and then another Dillfinger that decided to have a serve-a-thon. And don't forget about Mayhoot, even though Mayhoot...
That was just... I don't know what that was.
Whatever. Waste of time. Waste of time. Anyways, some quick match updates between Carla and I. I'm not going to waste a bunch of time on us. I don't think that's why you tune in. Is that we have played a lot of tennis lately, Carla and I. Something like 8 sets in 6 days.
He's got it wrong.
We've played 8 sets in 6 days. Now, she has different mathematics
here.
No,
because on Sunday we played 2 sets, and I smoked you. On Sunday. Did you add those?
I got it written right here that we played.
Did you add Sunday?
I got it right here.
And then we just played one day after that, and then today.
8 sets in 6 days, and I have the score tied at 4-4. 4-4.
No, that is wrong.
It's 4-4.
No.
I beat her. We played 2 out of 3 sets the other day for real. Like, we're playing 2 out of 3. She won the first set. I won the last 2 in the third set easily.
That was it. Easily.
That was it. That was a match.
That was the only. You've won those 2 sets and then 1 set today. That's 3.
So she has she has a new tactic too.
Justin.
No, wait a minute.
Okay, you won 2 out of 3. You won those 2 sets,
That's right. That's
Today
exactly right.
you won 1 set, buddy.
But-
That's
but we
3.
split sets.
I was up in the night, and I'm not
It
even
was 2-2 in the third.
I'm not even counting that one. You got 3. 2 plus 1 is 3. Do your math.
But I
How
won
are
2
you-
out of 3 the other day and 1 today, so that's 3. So that's 3 and 3. What do you even?
Sunday, I beat you easily. And I didn't sleep anything because my son was, little Dustin was sick. I beat you. Did you count those 2? Did you count 2 plus 1 that I got 3? 4? 4 to 3. 4 to 3.
Okay,
It's
wait.
not tied.
Okay, wait a minute.
4 to 3.
But we played 2 sets today, and we split those sets.
That's
so what is
4
it,
to
5 to 4?
Sunday, 2 games. The
Wow.
other day that you won 2 sets, right? And I won 1. But that's 3 for me. And then today I won a set. That's 4. 4 to 3.
Oh,
And
yeah,
let's not count all the other bagels and all the other stuff.
What are you talking about bagels now?
I bageled you 6-0, 6-1,
Man.
and then after that 6-0, 6-3. So
Whatever. Look, just don't pay any
look,
attention
the
to this.
kids even laugh. They're like, "Geez,
Laugh about what?
about this so-called competition."
Anyway, we're gonna move forward. We split sets today, and
We
I beat
did
her
split
2
set.
out of 3 the day before. So that would put me up if you can count.
Justin, do we really need to
No,
count
okay,
this?
we're gonna move forward.
It's 4 to 3
Okay.
if you're counting that, but it's like 10 to 3, really. But let's go.
All right. Look, all I'm saying is your whole Maria Sharapova, I'm
It's like
Maria
10 to 3.
and you're Serena.
Even, I think
that doesn't even
whoever-
count.
Kia said, "Wow, Justin, you guys smoke."
All right. Anyway, moving
Anyways,
forward.
yeah.
A quick note.
Let's not even. You know what? Let's start 0-0. 0-0.
Well, you did this last time, and
No,
I won
because
last time,
we
and then we're
can't
starting
count.
over again.
I have a calendar. We're gonna mark it every day we play. Who won?
Dang right.
Hey, I'm starting that. I got a calendar my mother-in-law made for me, and I'm gonna put it right here for you to see it every day.
All right.
Okay?
That's all right. Okay. All right. Let's go. Moving forward. Let's go.
He does this
Come
also.
on.
He also does this to me when we're playing sets. He never. In tennis, guys, by the way, when you play with somebody, make sure you call out the score. You're serving 15 love, 30 love, whatever it is. He has a bad habit of not saying the score, just serving. I always have to say his score because what happens is I win the set and he's like, "What? No, it was 2-1." I'm like,
What?
"Really?"
I'm gonna move forward on that because that's ridiculous. That's what she does to me.
I swear on all my kids.
Yeah. I won a set the other day, and she was like, "No, it was 5-4," and I'm like, "What?"
Here we go again.
Moving forward.
Anyways,
A quick note on our upcoming tennis high school season. Again, if you haven't, if you're just tuning in, Carla and I help another really passionate young lady coach a high school tennis team here locally. And both of our oldest boys, our 16-year-old who's a junior and our 14-year-old who's a freshman, play number 1 and 2 on that team respectively. And if you didn't see our kind of sports center per se involving the team to get them involved last year, then we'll do it again this year. We have tryouts coming up in just a couple of weeks. And this school is very deserving for a great tennis season. Before last year when we started this team, the school's team here was laughed at. They don't have tennis courts. No one can play. We're in Bayou La Battery or Irvington area where there's a lot of offshore and onshore shrimping and a lot of real hard, arduous work that doesn't involve really much outside of kids that go there that play football respectively and baseball respectively. But there's
well, it's easier because they're there. There's a baseball field and there's a football.
Yeah, they have a baseball field, they have a football
So
field, and a nice one. It's a very nice school there at Alma Bryant. It's a very beautiful school, but there's no tennis courts. The closest ones that we can all practice on, at least as a team, are about 45, 50 minutes away. But last year, this team came into fruition, and Carla, myself, and Miss Ramirez, respectively, went to state sectionals for their first year. Again, our boys played. We got some wins. We had some doubles wins. But this year, I expect it to be even better. So,
well, I don't know that it's going to be even better because, once again, we're with the same dilemma that we can't find boys.
yeah, so you have to have like 8 players on each team, and then if you don't have 8 players to line up against the other school's 8 players, you automatically default out those matches. So a lot of the matches we went into last year, we'd roll in and win 3 singles matches, but it was the only 3 singles players we had, and therefore gave up 5 defaulted matches. Well, we'd pull out a doubles win. But this year, hopefully we have more people that come out because we mean to train and we mean to do well. And it's really a pleasure to do it, but stay tuned for that one because...
Also, no one answered the question. Anybody out there, suggest a good racket for a beginner, not something you could buy at Walmart, or even Academy Sports or Sports Authority, whatever exists out there.
Yeah, so we
Just
had
trying to get some ideas.
Yeah, we had a question, and again, Carl and I are both certified coaches, and we've been around the game a very long time. But when it comes to the I guess the question of if you had to choose one racket that was affordable for the masses of those that are beginning to play, and maybe will never play again after these couple of years where they may try, what tennis racket would you get for that student to learn to play the game with at a recreational level? Not expecting superstars, but what's the most forgiving, but maybe not such an embarrassing racket to carry?
Mm-hmm.
I came up with a Head TI S6. Well, not me. I think Miss Ramirez had some of those. I'm not a big fan of oversized heads and teardrop shapes and so forth, but I am a fan of little kids getting the best opportunity they can to play the game.
Right.
Again, the rackets I play with are all quite advanced, I guess, in the global scheme of things. Smaller heads. I know Carlo plays with a 98, and we hit with 90s and so forth. But what do you recommend for the youth to play with? The big problem with coaching tennis is when you coach a kid or a child for the first time, they realize that it's hard and they never want to play it again. So you want to captivate their mind from the early on get-go. And if you don't, you're going to lose them. So what racket would you give John Doe or Mary Jane if you wanted to try to captivate them from the early on get-go? Okay? I'm not going to hand her my original Pro Staff 85. I'm not going to hand her a Jack Kramer autograph. I'm not going to hand her your Dunlop 300. And I'm not going to hand her my Babolat Aero Pro Drive with a 4.5-inch grip. What would you hand?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find out so we can do some little research, and I guess she's going to get rackets for the kids. So
anyway, and again, the PayPal link is below, and you can contribute there to the cause. So anyway, let's go ahead and dive into viewer comments. I have been looking forward to viewer comments a lot. Last show was great, so let's roll. Again, if you're just tuning in, all comments are from viewers from the last show. And again, by the way, last week was extremely fun. I'm ready. Carla has read the gist of them, I think. I have not read any of them, not because I don't. Sometimes I just don't. My phone doesn't have the updates. Again, it's an old phone. And then I like to sometimes be surprised by them when they come across. Mm-hmm. So we'll get right into viewer comments. Okay. And this starts from the first part of the first show, last one.
All right, first comment is Simonovic. I absolutely agree with Justin on Saudi Arabia. Why not play there when they can play in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, or in the Qatar, which are even worse terms of human rights than Saudis?
Agree with him there. This goes back to when I was talking about, or I think there was a pretty a global tennis topic was should Djokovic and Nadal play in Saudi Arabia for an exhibition because of something that happened that unfortunately turned out not good for anybody.
Well, they're playing, so
I don't blame them for playing. Again, the reason why I agree with Simone is because does anyone think that anybody's respective government in the country, respective in which they live, is actually just the primrose path of gentlemen? No, things happen. Unfortunately, people get caught. And I'm glad that Djokovic and Nadal are spreading the game into pockets of the world where maybe they're not that intense at this point. So good job, and I agree with Simone.
Next comment, Special K. This is about the match fixing alert. Basically, if a player you bet on retires, you get the money you bet on them back. Yes, the opponent still wins, but you keep your money. Certainly shady, because if you had a bet on Isner to win, you would have kept your money because he retired, as opposed to Baranka serving out the match, in which case you lost your money.
That's the end of the comment?
Yeah.
Okay, this was about a potential match-fixing ordeal that went down with a couple of players. I still don't get this one because, okay, I've bet on football before. And
different rule.
I understand there's a different rule. But if you have two people or two teams squaring off against one another, and I don't care if someone wins 100-98 or someone wins as the other team never showed up and they defaulted. They're still a victor. So just because someone retired, the bettors that bet on the person that won don't get paid. I wouldn't bet on the sport again. I don't think it's it's not in the house. I mean, it's in the house's favor even more so.
Yeah, what they're
saying.
Still a loser. So let's say if you pick Federer to win and he he said, I'm retiring, right? So you get your money back, but then the person that had picked Djokovic to win gets their money?
Yeah. Look, but basically what he's saying is you got person A and person B playing. Person A is favored to win, so when bets or person A is favored to win, right? So when bets on that person is losing, and they're at match point. If they lose, then everybody else gets paid. But if he loses, legitimately, everyone else gets paid. But if he just retires, then the bet's off. They're still a loser. And if I lost you on that again,
I'm thinking when
a player that was favored, a player that was bet on was losing. He retired the match, and therefore he wasn't officially declared the loser.
I think you're not getting what Special K said.
I know what he's saying.
He's saying basically
because he
retired. The people that bet on Istami got their money back, but the people who bet on Berankis got their money as well.
Well, that's look. That's a cluster schnush. All I know is it should be this simple. If
I'm wrong, please let me know.
All I know is if you have Team A or Player A and Player B, and you bet on Player A, and the other team loses, whatever, you win your bet no matter if they retire or not. Okay. If that's different in tennis, if I bet on the Patriots to win by 7 points and they win by 7 points, I better get paid. And if they didn't, if I don't get paid because the other team walked off the field and they were all upset because their locker room didn't smell right, then I still won because they left. I get paid. I'm getting paid. I don't care. I don't care what happens once the match starts. If someone retires, they're the loser. I'm getting paid.
I think the Berankis, whoever bet on Berankis won their money. I don't think
either way.
Can you check on Justin real quick?
I think it's a sham.
All right.
But I got to check on the 2-year-old, 3-year-old. He just turned 3.
Kiyosama says, you owe me a new set of headphones and probably a new pair of ears to go with that, Justin. Talk about passionate finish to the video. Laugh my So, standing on for your rationale about the Saudi Arabia thing. Couldn't have put it better myself. Sports have always been considered a neutral activity to bring peace amongst warring nations. See the Olympics with North/South Korea just recently? So more power to the players if it brings some semblance of normalcy to that region. 2, if you're not watching tennis at this time of the year, you're actually missing out on some good matches. Case in point, Tsonga's return. It's great to see him on court again, though he lost to Monfils today. But I like seeing the old guard still slugging it out there, which gives me hope for a fun 2019 Sans Delpo.
I agree with you. We're all on the same page about the Saudi Arabia thing. I think it's a moot point at this juncture in time. I mean, let the guys play tennis. That's nothing to do with them, and nor should they pull a Colin Kaepernick type move and like kneel against some country because they have a personal agenda.
Actually, Colin Kaepernick is doing very well now.
Well, great for him. But I like the guy. I'm a 49er. I'm not getting into that.
Who cares?
I mean. All I'm getting at is there shouldn't be things that one individual believes in that necessarily tears down a whole.
Well, it's simple. It's just like actors. It's just like actors. They should never give their opinion about politics.
Yeah,
Singers,
a race, a religion.
Same thing.
It's
and they should just do your job. That's your job.
Yeah,
you're a singer. You're an actor. You're an athlete. That is your job.
Yeah.
No one's asking your political views, your religion views,
exactly.
or anything else.
And then if they get intertwined, I think it's bad for business, and that's why I say Kaepernick doesn't have a job. It's not that he's a bad guy. I'm a 49ers fan, and
he's got money.
I watched him get to the Super Bowl. But I'm not getting into that because I'm a fan of football though, and because of this business and individual transaction, it kind of ruins the whole deal. So are we going to let the same thing happen to tennis? So then Djokovic and Nadal are going to go play in Saudi Arabia, and we're going to go shun them?
think these guys...
It has nothing to do with it. It's irrelevant.
These guys are much smarter than that dude.
Yeah, I mean, good job, Kia in the comment, and great job for Djokovic and Nadal.
And you owe her a new set of headphones. Well, I wonder why she listens to the show,
She
headphones.
she flies a lot, probably. Doesn't she fly a lot? She's in Nigeria.
And Tsonga, I didn't even know Tsonga was playing.
I'm a big fan of Tsonga.
Me too, but I didn't even know he was back on the tour.
Yeah, well, wait a minute. Tsonga, I stopped kind of liking a lot when he beat Federer in 5 sets. When Federer was up 2-0 at Wimbledon, and Tsonga came back to win in the 5th. I forget what year that was, but that kind of hurt me. But nonetheless, it's good to hear Tsonga's
so much
back.
potential for him, and he never.
He just
do anything with it.
I can't put any faith in Tsonga moving forward because he's kind of chunky.
He's like Wawrinka.
He's
They're
not
thick guys.
fat, but he's
no,
like
he's like
he's put
Wawrinka.
on some. He looks like Muhammad Ali.
They have the same body type. They're heavyweights. You know, they're not fat. They're just heavyweights.
Great comment, Kia.
Well, she says stop picking on Rahesh, by the way.
Oh.
Because Rahesh had made a comment about, you know, if Carla doesn't like Djokovic, and you said, well, maybe he should make a bet. You know, if he's gonna say Djokovic is gonna win all 4.
Yeah, well, he should. I mean,
and he did. And he says something about
all right, here we go.
All right, Simone says about Slovenia. She is from Ukraine, but from the city of Odessa. I've been in Odessa about 10 years ago. They all speak Russian in Odessa, and generally that is pro-Russian part of Ukraine. So I don't think that they did not give her the wild card because she is from Ukraine.
Historical fact, right there. Love that.
They probably didn't give it to her because she needs to eat some more food.
I was just thinking that too. So who said that?
Simone.
Simone's dropping bombs today. Simone's dropping some real
She did
bombs.
beat Kvitova. She beat Kvitova, and I think she beat Wozniacki. I'm not sure. Right now they're playing the WTA finals.
My take on Svitolina right now, she's too skinny.
Yeah,
she's
got
very
nobody.
skinny.
She's
very
got
skinny.
nobody.
She's like skinnier than Wozniacki and Rezwanska combined.
She went from a heavyweight to a stick figure.
But the big time comment here from Simone was when he threw out the native language speaking oriented aspect of the whole Crimea, Ukrainian, Russian conglomeration of a mess there. So thank you for that, because I assumed, or we I think assumed, because she was Ukrainian and the tournament was here, that we didn't let her in, and then he just let us have it with the knowledge drop.
Well,
that
someone
that's not
had
the
said
case.
that they
Let's
maybe
go!
someone
Come
had said
on!
that maybe they didn't let her
Let's
play because
go!
of that. I don't remember who it was.
Come on.
All right,
We're
next
talking about
comment.
Simone.
Kia, someone says, oh, unless I forget, I'm surprised you haven't spoken about Koric's performance at Shanghai, considering he's one of your favorites.
Did she say it's one of her favorites or my
He's
favorites?
one of your favorites.
Yeah, thank you for remembering that. Born of course.
Didn't he beat Federer just recently?
I think it was close.
No, I thought he beat Federer.
Maybe so.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
And then Djokovic won the Shanghai.
Bornacourt for me was my future top 10 player long before he was even thought about in the next gen thing. I know John McEnroe would agree with me on this one. The only thing that I think that has compromised Bornacourt's rise in this case is his two-handed backhand. No disrespect, not everybody's Djokovic. That's a supreme athlete, but this two-handed backhand is just so cumbersome. Nadal has it okay, Djokovic has it okay, but they're like phenomenal like specimen
There's nothing
athletes.
wrong with a two-handed backhand.
No, but all I'm saying, if Bornacourt, I think if he had a one, he could hit it right. I think he would be there. But his backhand side ultimately has cost him at this point. But Bornacourt for me hurts to think that he's not top 5 in the world at this point. I like Bornacourt that much, and I hope he does well next year.
All right, next comment. Rahesh says, "What's wrong about U.S. Australian Open and French Open? Novak will win."
Who said that?
Rahesh.
Okay. So I've got some questions coming up later on the rapid fire section, which we're going to do on part 2 about that. So Rahesh just answered one of them. So he says that Djokovic will win the Australian Open.
And French.
And French.
Yes.
Mark it down. What's your bet, Rahesh? You got to come to the table with a bet.
He did. Rahesh says Carla's favorite is Nadal, but with current form, Novak can beat Nadal, and only he can. You've witnessed several times, but yes, it's hard to accept for you. I understand. So then we said, well, what you said to him, Rahesh? So tell backing it up with a bet, and he said 5K tennis. I can wear a Nadal T-shirt. If
Okay.
it doesn't happen.
So what we have, that's a good bet. That's a good bet, knowing that he's an arch nemesis of Nadal. So what we're going to do is, that's a good bet. Now, between now and the Australian Open, we have to think of a way that Rahesh can be fed into this show.
He's a big YouTube guy, so he can easily record himself, send us the link, put it right there, and we can share the link the day we do the show.
That sounds like rocket science to me. Quantum physics and quarks and
Very
dark
easy to
matter
do.
stuff. I don't even know what that meant.
Very easy to
But
do.
nonetheless, if somehow, but he's in Houston.
He can record himself and send us the link if he puts it on YouTube, or he could send.
But how do we make it at the show at the same time? Can we like have it live where he's like, you're here, I'm here, and like he's right there the whole time? He's
maybe
in his
my
shirt.
phone with my phone.
Do like 2 recording. He's like in the live picture with everyone on it.
With my phone,
And
he would have to see from
he
my
has
phone.
he has to sit there and answer questions and wear that shirt the whole time.
Or I can turn the laptop and we can do it live with you.
Yeah, we got to figure this out. I know someone can figure that out.
All right.
All right, I have to stop right here and go into part 2. We're going to run out of time on part 1, and we're going to resume viewer comments immediately into part 2. Again, it's approaching 30 minutes on my phone, if not already there, and I don't want to lose all this time. It's been a good show. All right, let's go. See you in part 2. Come on. That's how I get down.